so who is we? Well, the formal definition of the English word we says used by a speaker to refer to himself or herself and one or more other people considered together. So with that definition, keep in mind of the question, who is we? Greg, can I ask you a quick question? Are you ever going to be pregnant?
I don't think so, no.
No. Is there a possibility that one day you could have a significant other who is pregnant though?
Yeah.
But you yourself aren't going to biologically be pregnant, correct?
No.
Thank you, Greg, for your participation. As this is a communications class, it is important that we are using correct grammar when communicating. Also, some of us in this class might be pregnant one day. If you yourself aren't, you might have a partner who is. And even if you never have kids in the future, everyone in this room is going to know someone at some point who is pregnant. So this question of who is we is something that applies to all of us. I have spent the last 2 weeks researching what I like to call the cursed we. This is when men and non-pregnant partners like to announce their significant other's pregnancy with the phrase, "We're pregnant." Today, I'm going to present to you the inaccuracy, the insult, and the atrocity of the cursed we. First, I'm going to explain why this phrase is a problem in the first place. Then I'm going to dive into some of the causes and barriers where this phrase comes from. And finally, I'm going to offer some actions that we can all take to end this atrocity statement. So there are multiple layers to the cursed we that make it such a dire issue. The first being its inaccuracy. Let's dissect these photos. Is the woman here pregnant? Mm-hmm. Is the man pregnant? Mm-hmm. So how is it possible for we, a word that signifies the involvement of both people, to be used in this situation? Interesting. At the end of the day, it's honestly just bad grammar. Another layer to this problem is the disrespect towards the pregnant individual. Pregnancy is a physically, emotionally, and mentally difficult experience. For men and non-pregnant partners to claim the pregnancy but none of the hardships is honestly outrageous. For women, trans men, and non-binary people with the ability to get pregnant, this experience is, well, honestly horrifying. A few of the emotional and mental side effects of pregnancy, according to the National Health Service: anxiety, depression, insomnia, panic attacks, obsessive thoughts, compulsive behavior, intense fear, constant distress, and possible postpartum depression. I feel like one of those commercials at the end. They list off all the side effects. This statistic from the International Journal of Nursing Sciences shows the relationship between increased anxiety and pregnancy trimesters. So green is severe anxiety. So as you can see, it's prominent throughout the entire pregnancy, so, specifically trimester 3. And all that other red is still moderate anxiety. So that's a pretty intense shift in your brain throughout the entire pregnancy. But my question is, are these shifts affecting our brain or just the pregnant individuals? Some of the physical side effects of pregnancy, just scratching the surface. Okay. Nausea, vomiting, fatigue, increased urination, swollen and tender breasts, bloating, spotting, cramping, constipation, congestion, acne, bleeding gums, swelling of the feet, carpal tunnel, gas, heartburn, hemorrhoids, itchy skin, heat flashes, headaches, lightheadedness, fainting, and night terrors. So basically, you're just in hell for 9 months. Ooh, so don't quite. Okay, next I would like to hear from the beautiful Mila Kunis on her take on the topic. After the set.
Shingles doesn't care, but Shingrix protects. Proven over 90% effective.
Yeah. My wife and I are pregnant. We're having a baby very soon as well.
Oh, you both are having a baby.
Yeah.
You and your wife are pregnant.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Mila Kunis.
Yeah, we know. Oh.
Hello, I'm Mila Kunis, with a very special message for all you soon-to-be fathers. Stop saying we're pregnant. You're not pregnant. Do you have to squeeze a watermelon-sized person out of your lady hole? No. Are you crying alone in your car listening to a stupid Bette Midler song? No. When you wake up and throw up, is it because you're nurturing a human life? No. It's because you had too many shots of tequila. Do you know how many shots of tequila we had? None. Because we can't have shots of tequila. We can't have anything. Because we...
All right, thank you, Mila. All right, oops, too early. Okay. So now that I've explained the problem with using the phrase "we're pregnant," we're going to move on to some of the causes and barriers of this issue. Now, after thorough research, I have come to the conclusion that the cause of this issue is the cause of most issues in the world: men. We live in a male-dominated society where men feel the need to make everything about themselves and take away from some of women's experiences, one of them being pregnancy. Many men justify their use of the cursed "we" with the reasoning that it takes two people to make a child, and parenting, ideally, is a two-person job. Let's listen to the story of Kingston Stewart. He says, "When my wife and I shared the joyous news that we were expecting a baby, I happily used the phrase, 'we're pregnant.' It was my best friend, Katie, a mom of two, who corrected me. 'No, you are not pregnant, your wife is.' And my response was something like, 'No, Katie, I am going to be just as much a part of this process in this kid's life as she is.'" Stewart then goes on to explain how he has researched everything there is to know about pregnancy, took 5 whole weeks off work, and even read up on breastfeeding. Congratulations, Stewart. You get to read, and your wife gets to carry and birth a whole-ass human being. You are clearly an equal in this experience. Now that we have discussed the root of this phrase, men, we can now move on to the actions that we can all take to end the cursed "we." The basis of the solution is speaking out. The simplest way to do this is not that. No.
Jack, go down a little.
In the middle of the page, at the top.
Just go up. Go up.
On there.
Just go down.
Pull down a little bit.
Please don't take away my time.
There you go.
There you go.
Anyways, speaking out. The simplest way to do this is by correcting people. If and when you hear a man or a non-pregnant partner use these cursed words, ask them, "Who is we?" Ask them, "Are you pregnant?" Ask them, "Do you know what the word "we" means?" Provide them with the definition. Allow them to reflect. If they correct themselves, congratulations, solution successful. If they respond like our friend Stewart here, you may need to use what you have learned from this presentation to educate them. Another way that we can end this is by speaking out specifically on social media. The bulk of the cursed "we's" are on disgustingly cheesy pregnancy announcements online. So next time you're scrolling Instagram and you see a couple post a celebratory photo with the caption, "We're pregnant," refrain from commenting the usual "congratulations." Instead, consider commenting, "Who is we?" Using the words "we're pregnant" is both inaccurate and impolite to the pregnant individual. Today, I pointed out the problem with using the phrase "we're pregnant," some of the causes and barriers of this phrase, and some solutions that we can all take to end it. So next time you stumble upon a cringy-ass Insta post with the caption, "We're pregnant," make sure to ask, "Who is we?" Thank you.